From the shadow of Mount Rainier comes your business superheroes, the Disruptors, Bill and Candace.
I'm Bill.
I'm Candace. And we're the Disruptors.
Candace, what do we have today to talk about?
I am so excited.
Huh?
We have Dr. Troy Munson here.
Oh, no, a doctor in the house.
A doctor in the
house.
We'll hope maybe he can help you.
I doubt it, but we can always listen and hope for the best. Go ahead.
Welcome to the show.
Hello. I'm so excited to be here.
Well, we're excited to have you, especially Bill. He's been biting his nails. He can't wait to hear what you've got to say.
Yes, I've been biting. No, I haven't. Okay. Well, we were kind of interested in, there's such a big phenomenon going on nowadays about health and trying to get the right information. You can go to the internet, of course, and you can talk to several people, but we're so interested in just finding out about health problems. Candace here has several, and she'd be more than happy to, discuss what we should do next. Oh, I see. Have you two met? If you were in the studio, you'd notice that they were giving hand signals to each other, and they're trying to figure out what to say next. And Dr. Munson is being very polite about this. And are we ready, Candace?
Okay. Well, we've got so much to talk about with Dr. Troy Munson. So, actually, let's start off here. Where's your office at?
I am in the small town of Orting, Washington.
Hey, I think that's awesome.
I love it. It's quiet, it's peaceful, it sits looking at Mount Rainier. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Well, I stare at Bill, so you've got a much better view. So, no comment, Bill, on that?
No,
okay.
not on that one. No,
right.
I'll let that one roll.
Well, one of the things, Dr. Munson, that we were wanting to talk about, or that I was wanting to talk about, Bill harasses me about, is hormones.
Yes.
Can you shed some light with hormones? And it's not just about hot flashes, Mr. Lee.
That's good. That's good.
Bill, what would you like to know about hormones?
How big of a fan do you have to have for the body size of a lady to cool her off? That's what I'd like to know.
Well, that, I don't think there's any studies on that.
Oh,
but
no.
Hormones are very much top of everybody's mind these days because of our environment, how our environment plays into our hormones, how it disrupts them, how now we have women that once were normal, they felt normal, and now as they grow older, they feel less and less normal. Their cycles are heavier and heavier. They feel more and more irritable. They know it's coming. In fact, I have some women that will literally bleed 3 weeks.
Oh, that'd be awful.
It's horrible. And their friends are kind of in the same boat, so they think it's all normal. And they're just hoping that someday either somebody's going to recommend that they get something cut out of them, or that menopause starts and that they can stop this whole shenanigans.
Matter of fact, I've even heard women go to the doctor and they suggest they go on the pill, because I've had girlfriends that have had those types of issues, and they said, oh, we can shorten that cycle by going on the pill. But of course you read all of the disclaimers, and yes, even in rare instances, death. So why would you want to ingest that, even in your body? But you're at least alluding that there's a more natural way of doing this.
Absolutely. There is a normal cycle in how it's supposed to perform in the female body. So here you have a medical profession that is taking a woman who's obviously dysregulated and not doing what she should be doing, and they're giving her a birth control pill to literally shut down the cycle completely and now fully dysregulate it. So women go on the pill thinking, we're going to regulate your cycle for you. And yet, what they don't realize is that they're actually completely dysregulating it. We're going to act like it's pregnant so that you don't have a cycle. And now, for younger women that go on the pill that are miserable, we now have no progesterone being produced in a woman's body. I know that's a big word, but we all hear about estrogen, but its counterpart is progesterone. And progesterone is our healing, feel good, burn fat, protect digestion, create great memories, love hormone for women.
Wow.
And so that progesterone is supposed to take breast tissue and make it become healthy, fully adult, normal, not producing any growths, anything like that. And so when we put a woman on the pill, her body now doesn't produce any more progesterone. So now she's just in this estrogen environment, and now she's gaining weight. She doesn't feel very good. She eats a lot more. She's building fat. Her brain is now foggy. her digestion is messed up, all these things from being over estrogen.
And they even say that
Amazing.
on the bottle or on those, they'll say on the package side effects, weight gain, indigestion.
Yeah,
and
but they always say call your doctor immediately. I love that. If you have numbness in the face or you bloat or whatever, stop immediately and call your doctor. Doesn't it kind of contradict what's going on here?
It absolutely does. And ultimately what's happening is we have an environment like the carpet that's underneath our feet right now and the chairs that we're sitting on and the table, the veneer on the table, the clothing that we're wearing, the dyes in our clothes. I mean, there's estrogens everywhere in our environment. And so as we become more and more estrogenic, even men also now will gain weight just like women will, and now their cycle is going to dysregulate even more. So what it depends on oftentimes is a really well-functioning liver, because liver is supposed to detoxify all that stuff, get it out of us. And so that a woman can now regulate her cycle. There's all these pieces of the puzzle, but is a medical doctor going to make any money by telling somebody, hey, you need to take care of your liver and start changing your diet and eating well?
no,
No.
No. It's really easy for them to put them on the pill.
absolutely.
And so here we have a system that is really broken, but now we have women that are getting more and more cancers because what does estrogen do? Estrogen is a growth hormone, and the body views it as a toxin. And so if we were to look in a normal woman, the estrogen will be 30 times less than progesterone.
Wow.
Progesterone is the key hormone that keeps a woman's body healthy, building muscle, burning fat, protecting their mental state, all of that. And so what we do is we begin to strengthen that second half of their cycle so that they can start producing more and more progesterone like they're supposed to, not with a synthetic pill that I'm going to give them, but actually literally help the body do its job like it was designed. And begin to clean all the other systems so that they can operate correctly.
So if I wanted help and I don't want to be on the pill,
Yep.
how would I get in contact with you?
Well, our office number is 360-893-8586, and you can call and talk to one of my staff. They'll make you an appointment. If you're out of state, I do phone conferences with people that I've never met face-to-face, so to speak, or in person, but over the waves. And we literally help them balance wherever they are, whenever they are.
So I just kind of want to recap. So if you're having symptoms like
painful periods, cramping, increasing length of your cycle, increasing heaviness of your cycle, irritability, weight gain, all those things that go with it, even bloating, swollen ankles, all that. That's the kind of things that I would say, yes, definitely get in contact with us.
Very interesting. And I think he covers a real interesting subject with the truth of how the body actually works.
Well, I had no idea that hormones affected all of those different things, and I'm
I
sure they
didn't either.
affect a lot more.
Well, they probably do. And I think that a lot of the public doesn't realize that. So what do? We go down to ABC grocery store into the pharmaceutical department and we grab a whole bunch of stuff, race home, and swallow it.
Yes, because there's pills for bloating,
Oh, yes.
pills
bloating.
for this, pills
Weight
for that.
loss,
So
bloating,
all you're doing
joints.
is
Oh, yeah.
compounding the issue.
So you're making a mess out of the whole thing without getting the facts. So that's what we I think that's what the American society is really looking at, because we have so bombarded with marketing from pharmaceutical research evidence or pill manufacturers that it's just automatic. I'm going to go to the doctor. I'm going to see him. I'm not going to get too much information, but I'm going to run down to the pharmacist because they got 5 different pill bottles waiting for me to cure my problems that we just discussed without actually knowing what's going on. So you're just kind of shooting in the dark.
You are, and it just compounds the problem, because now we've got all these chemicals in the body, like we talked about. The liver is supposed to detoxify us.
Right.
But now if I'm going to take all these other things to try and help my symptoms, I'm just treating symptoms. If I never go beyond symptoms, if I never get to the cause, if I don't work at cause, I'm never going to fix the problem. So that's why so many people on so many medications, they're working at a symptom because they don't like it. And of course it's not fun, but they're not being cause-orientated. So when we work on folks, so let's just bring a touch of, okay, now I've got all these estrogens in my system. They're now going to be converted to testosterone in a woman's body, because the body's going to try to start hiding them. And estrogens can interconvert to testosterone. Well, how do I know if a woman has too much testosterone? Well, she'll likely get a diagnosis of PCOS. She's making cysts on her ovaries. Because a woman's body needs a little testosterone, but not much. And when they have too much, they now begin to build cysts upon the ovaries themselves. So when you have an egg developing in an ovary, waiting to be released to possibly get pregnant in their cycle, if they have too much testosterone, they're now just going to actually build cysts. And so they have polycystic ovarian disease, or PCOS.
Does that play into endometriosis?
It will. They're often interrelated, and nobody at this point has ever figured out what causes endometriosis. And I'm not going to claim a cause at this point, except that we know that it is absolute dysregulation, and there's a lot of mineral imbalances associated with it too. But here's the kicker. That endometriosis, that can happen anywhere in the tissue. It can happen on the skin. It can happen in the uterus, which is really tough. So we have all these areas that now impact. So it's more of a global body thing. It's a syndrome. And there's so many things that we don't know about the human body, but we can only guess. So here we have a male body that produces testosterone in one place, but in the prostate actually changes the testosterone into a higher, more potent form of testosterone for us men. And so women, they have a rudimentary prostate, I'm told, but in a woman's body, the uterus is considered analogous to the prostate. And yet they say the uterus does nothing, and so women have them, taken out all the time.
Yes.
And yet at this point, if we have to look at the man's body and say, well, the woman's body's got to be similar. She must be making some form of hormone or interconverting something within the uterus. We just haven't found it yet. And yet all these women are having these body parts removed. What's worse than having your uterus removed is, Bill, if I was going to say, hey, you know what, you've been feeling tired and not so good, hey, we're just going to cut your testicles off.
Well, now, I would be saying I'm going to be taking a lot of naps.
Would you allow somebody to do
I
that?
don't think so.
No, he's squirming already. He's a worm on a hook.
As men, we would never allow somebody to do that to us.
Very true.
But what women don't realize is that taking the ovaries out of a woman's body is female castration.
Now that makes sense.
And they never get told that. And if you're out there and you've already had your ovaries removed, there is still something we can do, obviously. We can help balance the system and try to work with it so that it's supposed to do things correctly. Because when the ovaries are done, when a woman hits menopause, she needs to transition and have healthy adrenal glands to produce the progesterone that she's supposed to and was when she was cycling. We don't want her cycling again as a 60-year-old. We want to support her body so that it makes the progesterone and keeps her brain healthy, her weight good, her muscle tone, all those things are digestion perfect by having her body working like it was designed. That's the goal.
Wow, that's just incredible. I want to
really
go down and be checked out now.
We
Listen,
can start the car for you right now if you wish. And I can wrap up the show, and hey, you can take anything that you need time. Well, that's great. I sure appreciate you coming in, Doctor. And this, Munson, it was really earth-shaking to find these facts out that we never hear.
It was, and it is. And I'm going to have to take what he said and listen to it a few times, so I'm glad that it's recorded.
So once again, how do we get a hold of you, Dr. Munson?
You can get a hold of me by calling the office at 360-893-8586, and my staff is very equipped to get you information if you're out of state or locally, get you directed into our office and make appointments, and see if we can start you down that road to health, because as we believe, strong people live exceptional lives.
Very, very true.
Thank you so much for being on the show.
It was awesome. Thank you for having me.
Okay, well, this is the end of our show. The Disruptors are going to go disrupt something else this afternoon. So I want to remind you, keep smiling until the next time we meet.